says things.
But I feel like I'm on Mario Jerry Springer.
But we're never in a setting where he can be like.
Ari Fletcher and Yung Miami's friendship used to be the epitome of sisterhood in the celebrity world. From the outside, they were the definition of friendship goals, constantly supporting each other through the ups and downs of their careers and personal lives. Whether it was hitting the hottest clubs or cracking jokes in behind-the-scenes social media moments, their connection seemed unbreakable. Fans looked up to them as an iconic duo, one that exuded loyalty, joy, and fun. However, as the saying goes, things aren't always as they seem, and their once solid friendship has recently taken a shocking turn. In a dramatic twist, the two women have parted ways, leaving fans completely stunned and confused. Accusations of betrayal, shady secrets, and drama involving Ari's baby daddy, G Herbo, have surfaced, turning their relationship upside down. The once glamorous bond between these two stars has now become a scandalous storm that no one saw coming. To truly understand the magnitude of the fallout, we need to rewind and revisit the moments that solidified their status as best friends. Ari and Yung Miami were inseparable, with their social media feeds filled with laughter, love, and over-the-top fun. They were more than just friends, they were sisters, constantly supporting each other in both their personal and professional lives. Fans adored their connection and often expressed envy over their apparent closeness. One of the most unforgettable moments in their friendship occurred on Yung Miami's hit show, Caresha Please. The episode featured an iconic moment that fans are still talking about. Ari and Yung Miami shared an unexpected kiss on live air. The kiss was playful, but it was also deeply symbolic of the genuine comfort and bond they shared. Yung Miami joked, "Okay, we're going to kiss. I might get wet," which had the audience laughing and cemented them as an iconic duo. In that moment, their chemistry felt undeniable, and it seemed like nothing could break their connection. Fans were thrilled to see two women, both successful in their own right, come together in such a raw and fun way. But behind the laughter and public displays of affection, cracks in their friendship began to form. Allegations of betrayal and secrets have come to light, casting a shadow over their once glorious bond. Speculation about the true nature of their relationship has been swirling for months, with many wondering what went wrong. The key players in this drama? None other than Ari's ex, G Herbo, and the father of her child. Sources close to the situation have claimed that Yung Miami and G Herbo have been in communication, which many believe crossed a line given his past relationship with Ari. Some rumors suggest that Yung Miami may have even spent time with G Herbo behind Ari's back, fueling suspicions of betrayal. The idea of Yung Miami potentially getting involved with Ari's ex has left fans in a frenzy, unsure of what to believe and who to trust. Ari has been vocal on social media about feeling hurt and betrayed, though she has yet to confirm the specifics of her fallout with Yung Miami. For those unfamiliar with the details, Ari and G Herbo's relationship was highly publicized. Their romance was full of highs and lows, but they remained connected, primarily through their shared responsibility as parents to their son. Despite their breakup, Ari and G Herbo have continued to co-parent, and their dynamic has remained part of the public narrative surrounding both of them. However, it seems that Yung Miami's involvement with G Herbo has sparked serious tension between the two women. The drama surrounding their falling out goes beyond G Herbo, though. Allegations of shady secrets and hidden tensions have surfaced, with some insiders claiming that the two women had been growing apart for some time. Behind the flashy social media posts and public appearances, there were whispers of disagreements, jealousy, and conflicting personal values. As with many friendships in the celebrity world, there was pressure to maintain the perfect public image, while in reality, the relationship was facing challenges that no one could have predicted. One of the most glaring aspects of the drama is the ongoing baby daddy situation. Ari and G Herbo's relationship was never simple, and the complexities of co-parenting and moving on from a romantic relationship can take a toll on even the strongest of friendships. Ari's trust in Yung Miami may have been shaken due to the perception that her close friend was not respecting boundaries, especially considering how intertwined G Herbo was in both of their lives. The accusations are particularly hurtful given how much Ari and Yung Miami have publicly supported each other in the past, with both women sharing their personal struggles and triumphs. As this drama unfolds, fans are left grappling with their emotions. Many who once admired the duo are now questioning the authenticity of their friendship, while others are left wondering what it all means for their futures in the celebrity world. The public nature of their fallout only adds to the spectacle, with both women hinting at the deeper issues that led to their split. While Ari has been relatively vocal on social media about the pain of losing a close friend, Yung Miami has been more reserved, only offering subtle hints of what might have transpired. Despite this, both women continue to command attention, with their fans still hanging on every word they post. The situation has also sparked a broader conversation about loyalty, trust, and the complexities of navigating friendships in the public eye. In the end, the fallout between Ari Fletcher and Yung Miami serves as a reminder that not all celebrity friendships are as picture perfect as they appear on social media. What seemed like an unbreakable bond has now unraveled in dramatic fashion, and the truth behind the accusations of betrayal, baby daddy drama, and shady secrets may never be fully revealed. What we do know is that the friendship between Ari and Yung Miami will never be the same again, and fans are left wondering whether there's any chance of reconciliation or if this is the end of one of Hollywood's most iconic friendships. Only time will tell how this drama unfolds, but for now, the gossip and speculation are enough to keep the public on edge. Have completely flipped the narrative, proving that not everybody was as perfect as it seemed. So what caused the fallout of these twins? Allegedly, it all comes back to G Herbo. For those of you who don't know, G Herbo is Ari Fletcher's ex and the father of their son, Yui's son now, if you've been keeping up. You already know the history between Ari and Tana, G Herbo's most recent ex, and the mother of his 2 youngest children. Their drama has been nothing short of a reality show in itself, but let's start with the drama between Ari Fletcher, Tana, and G Herbo is as messy as it gets, and fans can't stop talking about it. Ari has called out Tana several times, accusing her of not treating her son properly while he was in Tana's care. Things hit a boiling point in early 2022 when Ari publicly claimed Tana mistreated her child, a claim Tana denied. Tana even defended herself, saying she loves Ari's son as if he were her own, but that wasn't the end of it. G Herbo confessed to cheating on Ari with Tana, turning an already strained relationship into a full-blown disaster. And just when you thought it couldn't get any wilder, there's more. Allegedly, Yung Miami is caught up in the mix, making the situation even more chaotic. The twists in this story are keeping everyone hooked. Best Team Momo started secretly seeing G Herbo behind Ari's back. Yes, that's Momo, the one who was always in AR and Yung Miami's close circle, and it gets worse because rumor had it that Yung Miami knew about this secret relationship the whole time choosing to stay silent. Can you imagine finding out that not only is someone in your circle secretly seeing your ex, but that your supposed best friend knew and didn't say a word? Well, for AR, this wasn't just about Momo's betrayal, it was about Yung Miami breaking the loyalty code to her. It felt like a double hit. First her baby daddy's mess, and then her friend's silence on top of it. The drama is wild, and it's clear that G Har isn't just at the center of the fallout, he's practically the main cause for the whole thing. Well, when Ari found out about Momo and G Herbo, it was game over, and she was absolutely furious, reasonably so, but instead of deciding to explode on Yung Miami in a public confrontation, Ari decided to take a more calculated. Rumor has it, Ari didn't lose her cool right away. Instead, she played it smart, like a game of chess. The talk on the streets is that Ari started getting close to G Herbo and Tana, the very people at the center of all this drama. It felt like a bold power move, and many saw it as her way of saying, if you're okay with your best friend sneaking around with my baby daddy, then watch how I get along just fine with your enemies. Of course, this didn't sit well with Yung Miami. The tension between them kept building, and fans couldn't help but wonder, was Ari making a point, or was there more to the story? Either way, her every move had people hooked, waiting to see what would happen next. The fallout between Ari Fletcher and Yung Miami has escalated dramatically, and it's becoming clear that things are far from a simple misunderstanding. As the situation unravels, both women have made their feelings known, but not in the ways their fans may have expected. The tension between them is no longer just a matter of public spectacle, it's deeply personal, revealing a complex web of emotions, loyalty, and betrayal. Yung Miami in particular has found herself in the middle of a storm that she seems reluctant to fully address. While Ari has been open about her hurt and frustrations, Yung Miami has remained mostly silent, which only seems to fuel the growing tension. Ari, on the other hand, has made it clear that she's not going to sit idly by while her so-called best friend stays quiet about what she sees as a massive betrayal. According to Ari, the silence surrounding Yung Miami's rumored relationship with G Herbo, her ex, and the father of Ari's child is something she simply couldn't overlook. For Ari, it wasn't just about what was said, it was about what wasn't said. The lack of transparency from Yung Miami was what really stung. If Yung Miami, her close friend, couldn't even give her a heads up about a relationship with someone so significant in Ari's life, it felt like a violation of trust. Loyalty is everything in friendships, and for Ari, the moment Yung Miami stayed silent about something as major as her connection to G Herbo, it crossed a line. In her eyes, this wasn't a minor issue, it was the ultimate betrayal, one that couldn't be easily forgiven. This sense of betrayal only deepened as Ari began to reflect on their history. She thought about all the times they had been there for each other, all the moments they had shared as close friends. How could someone she considered a sister do something so hurtful without even a word of explanation? It wasn't just the romantic involvement with G Herbo that hurt, it was the secrecy and the lack of accountability. In Ari's eyes, if Yung Miami truly valued their friendship, she would have been upfront with her from the beginning. Instead, Yung Miami's silence felt like a choice, a decision that Ari couldn't reconcile with the friendship they had built. When the accusations of betrayal first emerged, Ari was determined to address the issue head-on. However, instead of confronting the problem directly, Yung Miami seemed to deflect the issue by accusing Ari of stirring the pot. This, too, did nothing to calm the situation. Yung Miami felt that Ari was playing games, making the situation unnecessarily complicated, but for Ari, the stakes were too high for games. It was about principle. In her eyes, Yung Miami's failure to address the issue directly, to be upfront about her actions, showed a disregard for their friendship. If their bond was as close as Ari had thought, it would have been common sense for Yung Miami to communicate honestly about her relationship with G Herbo. The lack of clarity felt like a betrayal, and for Ari, it wasn't something that could be overlooked. The situation is a perfect example of how public figures, even those who seem inseparable, can face very human challenges behind closed doors. As fans piece together the drama, the betrayal between Ari and Yung Miami feels even more palpable. Yung Miami's refusal to speak out or directly address the situation has only intensified the perception that her actions are driven by self-interest rather than loyalty. Fans have begun to take sides, and the pattern emerging suggests that Yung Miami's public persona, built on independence and confidence, may come at the cost of personal relationships. To many, her actions signal a shift toward prioritizing self-preservation over the values of friendship. Yet this isn't the first time Yung Miami has faced a public dilemma involving her personal relationships. Her situation with Diddy offers a poignant example of how she handles potentially messy public situations. When Diddy's legal troubles began making headlines, Yung Miami wasted no time creating distance between herself and the mogul. During the premiere of Season 2 of Caresha Please, Yung Miami made it clear that her relationship with Diddy was over, stating, "You back in your bag, I'm back in my bag, and stay in your bag. You know you could fall out your bag, but you can get back in it though." In a way, she was signaling that she wasn't sticking beside Diddy through the fallout, a public separation that only further emphasizes Yung Miami's desire to protect herself from the consequences of a man's actions. It was a powerful statement, showing that while she may have been involved with Diddy, her personal success and security always came first. The comparison between Yung Miami's relationship with Diddy and her fallout with Ari is telling. In both cases, Yung Miami has been quick to distance herself from individuals whose public controversies could affect her. With Diddy, it was about self-preservation, ensuring that his troubles didn't become hers. With Ari, it appears Yung Miami may have been doing the same, though in a far more personal way. By not addressing the G Herbo situation directly, it may have been an attempt to avoid further complicating her own narrative or maintaining her personal boundaries. But where Diddy's legal issues were external and distant, the situation with G Herbo was deeply personal for Ari. To her, it felt like an unspoken betrayal, one that went against everything they had built as friends. As the drama continues to unfold, it's clear that Ari and Yung Miami are no longer the united front they once were. The trust that was once at the foundation of their friendship has been severely damaged, and with each passing day, the public speculation only deepens. Fans are left wondering if there is any chance of reconciliation or if this is the final chapter in their complicated friendship. While both women remain at the forefront of their respective careers, their personal lives, once so closely intertwined, are now marked by the kind of tension that only time will tell if it can be repaired. What's most striking about this saga is the way it highlights the fragility of relationships in the public eye. What might seem like a minor issue to some can quickly spiral into a scandal, affecting not just the individuals involved but also their public images. For Ari and Yung Miami, what began as a seemingly unbreakable bond has now become a cautionary tale about trust, loyalty, and the complicated dynamics of friendships when personal lives become public property. Yung Miami's name has also surfaced in a growing list of serious allegations. According to a lawsuit filed by a Jane Doe, whose real name is Keisha Brown Lee, Yung Miami-born Keresha Brown Lee is accused of being involved in the mistreatment of one of Diddy's alleged victims. The lawsuit claims that Yung Miami repeatedly pressured the woman, urging her to have an abortion after Diddy allegedly impregnated her. While Yung Miami has yet to publicly address these accusations, fans are left wondering what's really going on behind the scenes. The situation only adds more fuel to the fire, leaving everyone on edge as the drama continues to unfold. As the story unfolds, fans are starting to connect the dots, and questions are piling up about how deep Yung Miami was involved in Diddy's inner circle. What did she really know about his alleged behavior? Was she just going along with it, or is she another pawn in his complicated game? Either way, these new allegations have fans questioning her choices and intentions during her time with Diddy. According to the lawsuit, Jane Doe claims that Yung Miami pressured her to terminate her pregnancy, even actively encouraging her to do so. Multiple attempts were allegedly made by Yung Miami to convince Jane Doe to have the abortion, making the situation even more complex. Fans are now left wondering just how involved Yung Miami really was and what her role was in this whole mess. What do you think? Falls to the adding to the emotional stress she was already facing. The involvement pains a troubling picture of Yung Miami's role in Diddy's alleged actions. While Diddy is accused of controlling and intimidating them over the several years, the lawsuit suggests that Yung Miami may have contributed to the pressure she faced, whether knowingly or unknowingly. Diddy has a new lawsuit. Yung Miami is actually named in the lawsuit. Now I've been looking for the actual file of the lawsuit. I wasn't able to access. I wasn't the only one to catch it. Someone else actually read it out loud word for word this morning, and it started to make a lot more sense. Honestly, I'm not totally shocked, but it's still pretty disturbing. A new accuser has come forward, claiming that Diddy drugged and assaulted her. She says she woke up with bite marks on her body. But here's where it gets even more serious. If these allegations are true, this isn't just a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yung Miami might have been actively involved in the manipulation and mistreatment of this woman. It's a shocking twist that's got everyone talking. What does this mean for her role and everything? What do you think? For someone who's usually praised for being independent and tough, this lawsuit reveals a truly horrifying picture of Diddy's alleged actions over the past 4 years. The accusations include him spiking drinks, physically abusing women, and pressuring them into situations they didn't agree to. But what makes this even more chilling is the possible involvement of others in Diddy's circle, like Yung Miami, who might have helped enable his behavior. The accuser shares a terrifying story, being forced to take unknown substances, waking up with bruises and injuries, and feeling pushed into interactions she never consented to. These aren't just shocking allegations, they paint a picture of a toxic environment that leaves fans asking more questions. How deep does this go, and who else is involved? What do you think? So, you flew to New York. Was it with your sister? Yes, that's right. Were you excited? What did you expect? Did you think it would be just a fun time hanging out at a normal party, maybe snapping a few pics with celebrities? Yeah, that's exactly what we thought. A Diddy party sounded like an incredible experience. Now, today's been tough already. It took a lot for her to come forward and speak publicly about what happened. And just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, they did. It's been a lot to process. As lawsuits and accusations continue to surface, the same questions keep coming up, especially when you think about Yung Miami's friendship with Ari. Ari might feel like Miami's silence about her secret relationship with G Herbo only proves the look out for number one attitude some people talk about. The saying goes, you have to look out for yourself first, and that seems to be playing out here. As the situation unfolds, it's clear that there's a lot of tension, and people are starting to question who's really looking out for who. Ari probably feels betrayed, especially when it comes to how things were handled with G Herbo. What do you think? Does this seem like a sign of deeper issues in their friendship? Some little voodoo to me, or something that voodoo wasn't in that pasta? That voodoo was something else. I know that's right. It's SN. It's between my legs. I ain't got to put in the pasta. Oh, period. This don't be for someone like Ari, who values loyalty above all else. Yung Miami's decision to not intervene or warn her probably felt like a major betrayal. Now for Ari, this isn't just about loyalty. It's about self-preservation. But by ending the friendship now, she's ching herself from being associated with and Miami's growing list of controversies. You met a guy, he's a manager, target, he a great guy, can you be with him? Knock fan question, because the people want to know, okay, do you ever think you can rekindle your friendship? They going to keep asking what with two signs. Oh, absolutely, I wouldn't go to his funeral. G Herbo may have been the spark for their fallout, but Did's legal trouble seems to be the real fire, always trying to avoid. But as the legal cases surrounding Diddy continue to unfold, Yung Miami is really feeling the heat right now. Whether or not she's directly involved in these allegations, her connection to Diddy is making it hard for her to avoid the fallout. It's a tricky situation for her. On the other hand, Ari's choice to step away seems pretty smart. She's protecting her reputation, especially when even being around all this drama can cause damage. Looking back, it feels like their friendship was always on thin ice. Between Ari's past drama with G Herbo and Tana and Yung Miami being focused on her own situationships, the friendship was already fragile. Now, it looks like everything is starting to fall apart. Do you think their friendship was always headed for trouble? What do you make of all this? Self-preservation loyalty was bound to be tested. People are wondering, was their friendship even real, or was it just for the cameras? After all their public bond and kiss seemed picture perfect, but the moment things got tough, it all fell apart. Well, for now, Yung Miami has remained tight-lipped, but the public wants answers, and as more accusers step forward, the pressure will only continue to grow. But way, what a wild ride this was. But what do I all think about the drama? Do you believe V Fletcher's fallout with? Do you think Yung Miami was really affected by G Herbo, or was she just trying to distance herself from all the bigger drama? And how do you feel about her being named in these lawsuits with Diddy? Do you think she had a bigger role in all of this, or is she being unfairly dragged in? Also, do you think Ari made the right move by cutting ties with Yung Miami, especially with everything going on around her right now? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this whole situation. So make sure to drop a comment below. What do you think is really going on? And before you go, don't forget to like and share if you enjoyed this. Dare forget to check out the next video on the next screen for even more juicy celebrity drama. Smash that like button and hit the subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.